Now, if I haven't said this yet, this whole boat is just proof of concept. This probably looks really confusing. I don't want to sound fancy. It supports the sides. Back of the boat is actually moving with me. That's a little unsettling as I get ready to put this in the water. Putt around with the, the 10 horse, which is actually a 15 horse with a 10 horse cover, but don't tell anyone.
It's time for some bass smashing action.
What's going on? It is time for a status update on this puppy. We have the front deck pretty much completely built. This is about 65 inches long and 45 inches wide. I'm going to take this top off here in a second and show you what the frame ended up looking like, because it was a little different than I anticipated. If you look down underneath here, you can see we don't have the front cover on it yet, but we do have 4 2x4 supports. These guys are bolted to this rib here. The ones up front are not. That's to provide support when I'm walking on it. As you can see right here, this 2x4 runs the span of the boat, provides, I don't want to sound fancy and say lateral support, but it, keeps the sides from, it supports the sides. Keeps them from, I was worried when I took the seats out of here because we lost right here and back here, we lost support from the left to the right, and we also lost a bunch of styrofoam. Now, I think the styrofoam is just in here for after we capsize. I don't see how that can help you stay afloat unless you've already taken on water. So that's why I was okay with taking those out. When I was putting these guys in, you can see there's a couple of little spacers here. I actually took my time with this. This probably looks really confusing, like there's 2 spacers. This guy goes down to the bolt, which comes through to the back, which you can't really see at the moment. And then this is a 2x4 that runs all the way up to those brackets on the front, which we lowered. This stuff is commercial grade carpet. I had enough to do this full front piece in one shot, put on some of this just carpet glue. Unfortunately, all this stuff is for inside. Now, if I haven't said this yet, this whole boat is just proof of concept. If the wood starts to rot, if the carpet's too heavy, if there's things that need to be improved, I'm not all that concerned about it. This is the first one. I'm just trying to, the best way to learn is by doing. So that's what I'm trying to do here. It's cool because it's getting to the point now where I'm starting to put crap in the boat. That spotlight's going in here. Those rags are going in here. That's the cover for it. We got some painting to do. We got to do the floor panels, figure out what I'm going to do for a seat. And hopefully by this weekend we can take it out and float it, double check everything, putt around with the, the 10 horse, which is actually a 15 horse with a 10 horse cover, but don't tell anyone. This carpet, it's surprisingly heavy. This is a 3-foot by 17-foot piece that I'm going to use to do the floor panels. And there's a lot of weight here. There's more than I anticipated. The plywood that I've been using on this project is also quite heavy. The carpet and the glue added a lot of weight that I wasn't really anticipating. The nice thing is that it's pretty darn snug. It's sturdy. Right now I'm all the way up on the front. The back of the boat is actually moving with me. That's a little unsettling as I get ready to put this in the water, but it's solid. I feel comfortable up here. So let me take this top off and show you what our bracing looks like. One thing too that I want to keep in mind as I'm building this, I'm going to screw that down to the bracing, but I want to make sure that everything that's in here can be easily removed so that I can just hose this thing out. After a while, after a season when it gets all gooped up, I just want to be able to hose the stinking thing out and not mess with it. I don't want to be crawling underneath there with a vacuum. But let me take the deck off and I'll show you what we got going on underneath there.